Today I'm working on an art journal page where I already have created a layer of collage underneath. My plan is to create some really subtle washes of color on the page, but we'll see how we go. My plans usually change along the way, but I will start with some inks and we'll just see what happens. I'm wanting this page just to be a really gentle, dreamy background for something. I don't know what yet. I might leave it as it is, or I might build something else on top of it. That remains to be seen. But today, my plan is to just play with color and show you another way of creating a background. There's so many ways and so many things you can do in your art journal. And when you play with paints and inks, try out different colors. That's how you find out how you enjoy starting your journal pages and what you like doing with them. Starting with no plan is just really relaxing. There's no pressure in my mind about how I need it to turn out. And I can just keep reacting to different things that are happening on the page. Reacting to things rather than forcing something on the page. And I really quite enjoy that. I understand that sometimes a plan is a great thing to have, but oftentimes I don't really work that way. And the more you create, the quicker you will find out what's your way of creating. Perhaps you like to make a plan. Perhaps you just want to start playing with colors and see what happens. Or perhaps it's something different entirely. These are looking amazing, really lovely. Very watercolory feeling. Just putting quite a bit of water and mixing it with my inks directly on the page. I do feel like the hardest thing in creating is the mindset part of it. So when you get to the stage or to that mindset of creating without stress and without any anxiety about the outcome, you're absolutely winning at that point. But that is the hardest thing though. It can be very tricky to get to that point because we really want to create something beautiful, and that's totally normal. A totally normal desire. I really do believe that when you let go of that desired outcome, really beautiful things start happening. Not just beautiful as in what you're creating, but beautiful things for your overall well-being, to be honest. Not just in your creativity, but these things spill out to other parts of your life as well, not just creativity. And that's when it gets really fun. And you can really start seeing those lovely side effects of your creativity in a way. Learning to trust the process, not just in painting, but also the process of life. Letting go of the little things, and you start seeing beauty much more clearly. That's just my experience, but I do believe it's universal. I'm also learning something new while I'm doing this. I'm realizing that these old book pages that I've got here are really lovely for this process. There's the text coming through from the other side of the page. You can see these very light letters peeking through. I love how the inks are creating these really watercolor type of marks on the paper. And this page here is very similar to this book page, a bit thinner, same as this one here. I really love how the inks look on that. And this one here is a little bit thicker, different kind of material. And that's not looking quite as nice as those ones. So this is all useful information that I can keep to mind when I create next time. When I want watercolory type of effects, I can remind myself next time that I should focus on using old book pages, and because the paint and the water really just go into the fiber of the paper and it looks really lovely. That's why it's so important to play. So you learn a lot of new things and you get information that you can then use later on. That's the only way to learn. Anyway, we have to make mistakes and create things that we don't like so that we can create things that we enjoy. Every single painting teaches you something. And even if you create something that you don't actually like, you can ask yourself, what is this now teaching me? What am I learning from this? Maybe you learn that those colors don't look nice together and you don't like them that way. To me, what I've learned today is that I love using this type of material more than this. And next time I can then do that when I create a new collage. So I might leave it at that and then come back to it and show you what it looks like once all these inks are dry, and then we can decide what to do next. Everything has now dried and my plans have changed a little bit. I did plan on just layering on the page, creating these light translucent layers on top of each other, but now I feel like doing something different. As you know, my plans often change, so they have again, and I will be changing direction. Here's my little folder of newspaper clippings, not these ones, but I've got quite a few here. So what I'm going to do now is I will just look at different color combinations, different textures, anything that I can find, and I will start cutting these out into shapes. While I've been creating this video, we're living in October time currently, and all the leaves have been incredibly beautiful, and now they are starting to fall. But that has really inspired me to do a little collage about that. So I might go for an autumnal color palette for my collage, or I might do something else. We shall see. If you have any clippings or any papers, newspapers or magazines somewhere just laying about, I would highly recommend that you go through them, take everything that looks nice and just keep them in a folder, because you never know when you might need them. There's so many lovely colors that I've got here and beautiful pictures. I don't know what I will be using all of these for, but they are here just waiting for their time. So I'm taking some out for now. This is my little collection that I will be playing with for this exercise. I'm thinking of cutting these little leaves out of the different colored papers and then adding them on the page. But as always, my plans might change as we go on. So let's see how this goes. Now I've got all my leaves and I've got some pears and an apple as well. And I will start putting them on the page, creating my little trees. Once I've got the leaves down, I will then draw some sort of branches for my little tree. While you're doing this, I would just urge you to spend as much time as you feel like cutting all these out, because that is so therapeutic, just cutting these shapes out. I just realized as I was filming this that my mind just completely emptied and I wasn't thinking of anything. I've got some old butterflies that I've cut before, so I might use these as well. Just take your time and really enjoy the process, because it is so relaxing. I'm taking my pencil out now and I will draw my branch. And then I will just draw roughly where my leaves will be. It's quite thin, so I don't know if you can really see it, but I'll make it a bit stronger in a bit. Once I've got my outlines, I can get my leaves there a little bit easier. Next, I'm drawing the actual tree with the pen. Now you can see it a little bit better. As I start gluing these on, I might keep adding to the branches. Again, I'm not being too precise, just giving myself a little guidelines where I'll start gluing the little leaves next. I've run out of glue sticks, so I'll be using matte medium and a little brush, but you can use any glue that you have on hand. This is a really mindful exercise actually, because it will take a wee while. You don't have to finish it all at once. You can do it one bit at a time. And it could be even something that you start today, but you keep adding to it as you go on. Whenever you find some new beautiful cuttings, you could then add a leaf or two and let it build over time. That's the beauty of these art journals. They don't have to be finished ever. You get to decide what you want to do and when you want to jump on a new page, and you can leave something unfinished if you want to. There are absolutely no rules. It's really easy to say that I'm not going to start this exercise today because I don't actually have the time. And that is totally fair enough, an absolutely valid reason. But when you change your mindset and tell yourself that you can work on these one bit at a time, it suddenly feels very, very achievable. You could just do the background today, come back tomorrow, have a look at your magazines, start clipping pages off all these textures and pictures and colors that you enjoy. And those are the first steps. You don't have to do more than that at once. I think I am now finished. As you can see, I've had all kinds of ideas throughout the process and I just decided to follow them. My original plan, after putting all the leaves down, you could see that the design changed a bit, especially around here. But also, I initially thought that I would add some white color on the background, which would then make the leaves really pop out. But I ended up highlighting them with the black marker. So going around them, creating this black edge for all of the leaves and the butterflies, that really helped them to pop out of the page. So now I'm really happy that I can leave the really colorful background as it is, but the trees and the leaves and all the other things do pop out quite nicely because of the black lining. I would just encourage you to follow your ideas. Whatever comes and pops into your mind, just follow it and see what happens. That's the best part about art journaling. You can do whatever you like. This was so much fun, and I really want to start doing little designs and patterns and that sort of thing all around in here, but I'm going to stop. I really enjoy where I'm at right now, and I think I might do another one of these and really play with patterns and different designs. Perhaps. We'll see. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And I wanted to just remind you that I've got a free art journaling workshop available. So go ahead over to my bio and you'll see the link. It's also in the caption. It would be really wonderful if you felt like joining me. I created this workshop. It's called Art Journaling Joy. And I created this to introduce everyone to this concept of mindful art. I feel like a different person right now. I've really enjoyed this process and I can't wait to see what you create. I also have Facebook communities, so please do join us and share your work. It's full of other creatives just like you, where we support each other and cheer each other on. You're more than welcome. Links also in the caption. Happy creating!